How's it going, YouTube? Welcome to another upside DIY video. So I've been working around these potters and I found another worm. I actually, um, you know, the other time it was in the green pot and it was kind of on the surface of it. And then I caught it, I gave it some dirty water, it got ulcers, but this time I saw, still the plants, after a day or two, still the plants weren't as jolly. And I was thinking maybe there's another worm in there. And, the dead plants started getting worse and things like that. There's probably one dead there and one dead there. And it probably got to some of those. It just went around and just started eating all the roots or something. And so I just repotted them into these, and then I gotta probably repot them again so make sure if with the pots you gotta I recommend growing plants in pots first. Growing them in the ground, the worms are going to get to them. So basically, you could propagate, branches and everything, but make sure the soil is clean. So before you, have a setup, and don't water this as much because you'll get like some water mites in there. So I got to clean this out, probably bring it to the backyard with the other stuff. I'm glad that I did indoor because it's kind of cold. And, so, and I'll have to go outside and this and that, but next time I'm outside in a couple of days, I'll show you guys some stuff. I'm gonna get started with the pond and digging some more of the pond, and actually I'm gonna start with supporting my back shed. I mean, I do all types of things, as much as possible. Some of it I don't record, and some of this I do, and just back to, just having good good soil, and keeping it indoor like this, it might grow mold too. So you got to be really, on your toes to the information on what a plant will need to, kind of, live better. And that's without worms in the soil. And this is all getting cleaned up. So I'm going to show you some more DIY stuff. I'm real excited because I found another one. It's a sponge air filter. I'm going to probably make this video and then delete my other one with the air gravel filter. But it's basically 1 2-liter bottle, and then just stick an air line through there. You can use a soldering iron, like this soldering iron, and poke 5 holes up top, and basically have filter floss filled up in here. You could even make a tube for this too, but you wouldn't really need to. You could just maybe make a screen up top and then have the filter floss, so that when the air rises, it'll bring up the debris and everything. You also want to keep this bottom part sealed up pretty good. Besides that, to clean it, you gotta basically have like a bucket to kind of keep it from spilling. And same thing with these power head filters. I'm re-gluing this one. I used a thin piece of paper or something, and I just smeared it onto the tubing. At first it was kind of taped up with only a little exposed, so I glued that once, like a day or two ago. And then I just applied like the coat for the tube itself, and then I smeared it good with a piece of plastic squeegee that got in there. So, and then even the glue is going to still drip down, but it's going to have a decent enough hardness around the outside of the tube. The first one was kind of the inside, and I kind of had to hold it with some tape, and then it glued up pretty good. And then right now it's kind of like the final glue, and you want this thing built pretty good because it's going to be like the main one for that power head. And then you could always switch out these bottles, but with the power head itself, that's kind of you know, the one that's going to go for it, because there's the cap to it. So that's the for, you know, for an electrical system. And I like the air systems. I have actually like a I don't have an aquarium pump, but I've got a decent conditioned airbrushing pump. So it's an air compressor. It's just a little bit more technical. I might have to watch some videos to see if I need to oil it and this and that. But basically, it's strong enough to probably run multiple tanks rather than not have an air pump. And so yeah, these are awesome. Just air filters, and you can also make it a little bit taller, so it would actually be pulling up stuff off of the floor of the aquarium. And it's cheap, and you can make a lot of those, so you can't beat that air filter. So I'm gonna make one of these and keep it on display, you know, just to keep it on display, and right next to my potters. So there's my potters that I keep on display. I also keep it just to have the patterns laid out to how I'm drilling, and I might as well you know, redo everything. But you know, with plants, indoor plants growing in these, they wouldn't be so drowned. They'll have plenty of oxygen, and those are pretty much guaranteed to help you propagate or even grow seeds. And they're pretty easy, like in the living room to keep. This one's just for in a shallow tank or something, and then I could kind of decorate it with rocks, kind of like what's right there, and inside the middle I could just put dirt and stuff and decorate it. So that's pretty much like good for like a kiddie pool or something, or just something small. And it fits pretty perfectly, so you wouldn't really have to, I mean, unless like a fish could really jump it and slide through there, there wouldn't be much problems. So yeah, once I get the Gatorade bottle going, power head, I could connect it to this, and then kind of, you know, make some air filters, and then I would need to clean this and move this, because I need to get ready for trying to make a door, just in case, you know, there's some time to build it. I could have things prepared. So right here is just some aquariums that I need to finish cleaning up, and perhaps have stuff in the shed ready for this water, and even some of this new stuff that I'm making connected. I've got pretty much, you know, enough ideas. I just need to go on to work at which setup I'm going to need, and I'm probably going to have tubs at first inside of the shed, and maybe have some type of you know, automatic fill and automatic drain. It just depends if I can make a ball valve that will open and close depending on the water level, and basically, you know, rebuild something for something as a water pump for it. But Yeah, so all this stuff in here, this is kind of like the idea areas, and then I've got like more stuff. Some of it's organized. There's some of it's still needing to be sorted out. These are sorted out. These are all RCA cables, and in the suitcase is where I kind of do a lot of the sorting. And then I've got, stuff already sorted, and then I could basically, I have some rare plugs that I don't have devices for, but if I do find one and it needs a plug, I could use some of these. Here's a USB, an old one, so this might be for something. So I got the USBs there, and there's just a small bag of USBs. So, and then there's some audio and video cables. I also like the power cables too. I collect any hardware because you never know, like something useful, and having things that are for pretty much free is like and are still useful. It's saving you money, saving a lot of issues, and just cleaning it and seeing if it works. Then you should be pretty good. I wanted to build a fish room in here, but it's gonna take a lot of work, right? So, but this is kind of like the floor plan, and I've got so many fish ideas that I could make a frame and just use like hefty garbage bags. But this is pretty much like a pond in the middle, like right where that the totes are, and it'll come towards the entrance, and this is kind of the entrance, and then that's kind of like where the tank. It's a lot of space, so I could have probably like something really strong, kind of. Glass and aquarium is great, but if I would like try to find a dollar a gallon sale, and then just try to stock up for it, save up and get enough tanks. But I'm not, because having a nice tank, it's sometimes they get neglected and chipped on the corners and everything. That's why I try to rebuild as much as I can, because I know a tank would be like $30 or $40 just for a 10 or a 20 gallon at regular price. But the dollar a gallon, that's pretty much a good deal. So here's the last look at the plan for in here. I gotta build the door too, so this is probably going to be in a year or two. But if I go all out and design something in this room, it would be this, or just have a regular bedroom, and just have one fish tank to kick it with. So yeah, I got my soldering iron here, and I'm going to try to learn how to make a light bulb from a bottle, especially with like colored glass ones. This one's actually dipped, and it's on the outside, but it's still useful, because if I could make if I get a vacuum pump and learn how to make one out of like a bolt and secure it real tight and things, I'll probably try it out to see if it works. And all you have to, and then having extra power cords even with this, or speaker wires, and it works. That would be cool. So on saving stuff, I found this mask. I'm gonna wash it. I got a wash bucket. So I gotta wash all these bottles, plastic bottles. So talk to you guys next time. Have a good day, and see you later. Bye.